This lesson will introduce you to the basics of using Audacity, an open source software package that you can use to make audio recordings. Please pause this video so that you can download the software if necessary and open it on your desktop. Before we begin to learn about this software, it's important to first get all our assets together. Assets are media that we will use in recording our podcast. The most important asset is your script. Make sure that you have your script in front of you and that you're ready to read it. You might also want to open your podcast with a little music. Of course, I always encourage you to obey copyright. So, I hope you found a nice musical piece from one of the royalty-free sites that are available on the internet. I find it very helpful to save all the assets in one folder. I will use this same folder to save my Audacity file. I strongly recommend that you create this folder on a thumb drive that has lots of room on it. Audio files can get large. At first glance, Audacity can seem a little complicated. It's really not, and you'll quickly see how you can use this package easily. As you can see, Audacity is set up showing a timeline that is broken down in seconds. I'll start by recording an audio track. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'll just record myself counting from 1 to 10. I have my microphone set up on my computer, so all I have to do is left-click once on the record button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I'll left-click once on the stop button to stop the recording. When I recorded my voice, I also recorded the bit about clicking on the stop button. When you are recording, you'll frequently end up with parts that you don't want. I'll play back my recording and find the location where I start talking about the stop button. I can do that by left-clicking here at the beginning of the project and pushing on play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once I reach the point where I've ended my recording and where I want to end my recording, I'll left-click once on the pause button. This will stop the recording at that point. There is a green arrow on the timeline that shows where I paused my recording. With the selection tool, located here in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, I now left-click. I can select right here on this line, directly below the green arrow, and I've inserted my cursor here at this point. Now I can left-click on the stop button, and the line remains where I want to end my audio track. The next thing I'll do is come over to Edit. I'll select Edit and select Cursor to End. Notice that it highlights all of the recording from the point where I set the cursor to the end of the recording. This will let me get rid of the brief part where I spoke about left-clicking on the stop button. Now I'll go to Edit and Delete. And we'll see that the portion where my voice says left-click on the stop button is gone. Now there should be nothing left but me counting to 10, so I'll insert my cursor at the beginning and push play again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want to add a music file to my project as well. That way I can have a musical introduction and a musical conclusion. To do that, I'll go to the menu bar, and on Project, I'll select Import Audio. In my Assets folder, I'll look for the file that I want to use, an MP3 file, and click Open. This will import the MP3 file, which will then appear as another track. Notice that it's 2 tracks in one. This is because this is a stereo file. As I look at my file now, I notice the timeline has changed a little bit. Instead of just revealing seconds, it now shows minutes. The timeline will adjust as the project lengthens. I also notice the track of my voice starts at the same time as the music. I want to see how that sounds, so I'm going to play a little bit of the project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, that's a problem. I can't hear my voice over the music. I need to move these tracks so that they don't interfere with each other. To start this process, I'll move my voice so that it starts about 15 seconds after the music starts. To do that, I'll left click on the time shift tool, place the tool over the track of my voice, and move it out so that the beginning of it starts at the 15-second mark on the timeline. Unfortunately, my voice is still overlapping with the music. So I'll select the selection tool, come down to the timeline over the audio, the music portion of the music track, and then I will highlight the music track portion that interferes with my voice. Once I have that highlighted, I'll come up to the menu bar, left click on Edit, and select Silence. Notice that this clears an opening in the music so that my voice can shine through. Let's play this and see how well it worked. I'll select to the beginning of the project and push play. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, that worked pretty well. It's better. But there's still a problem. There's sort of an abrupt change from the music to my voice and back to the music again. What we need to work on now is creating a fade out from the intro and a fade back in for the music after my voice. Still using the selection tool, I'll highlight approximately 5 seconds of the music before the voice begins. I'll then go to the menu bar, and on Effect, I will left click and select Fade Out. Notice that this changes the wave pattern on my file so that it is gradually diminishing to silence. I'll then go to the other side, highlight 5 seconds, go to Effect, and select Fade In. This gradually increases the sound after my voice. Let's go back to the beginning and we'll try this again. We won't go quite back to the beginning, so it won't take quite so long. We'll start approximately here and see what we get. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's much better. I'm getting closer to the end of my project, but I still have about a minute and a half of music after my voice. And I really only want about 15 seconds of music to play after I'm done speaking. So what I'll do is I'll find approximately 15 seconds after I'm done speaking, go to the music track, and begin highlighting from there till the end of the entire music track. With that, I can go back up to Edit, and I can say Delete. Now, we don't want another abrupt ending, so what I'll do is highlight about 5 seconds of the music track at the end, and I'll go over to Effect and select Fade Out. Now let's try this project again, starting at about here. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Finally, there's only one thing left to do, and that is to save my file. I'm going to save it in two different ways. First, I'll left-click on the menu bar at File and select Save Project As. I'll locate my folder where I'm saving my project, and I'll name this project Audacity tutorial 1. Notice it saves it as an Audacity project using the AUP extension. I'll save it one more time by exporting it as an MP3 to the same folder. And it gives it the same name, which is fine by me. And I'll click Save. It asks me, what is the title? The title is the name of the project. So this is an Audacity Basics tutorial. The artist is Dr. Jim Lentz. The album is Audacity. Track number is 1. The year is 2010. And the genre is Other. And there we go. My project is now saved as an MP3. This concludes my tutorial on getting started with Audacity. I hope you enjoyed it.